Hello everybody, here we are again. It's Wednesday afternoon. Do you know these days really do fly past, and suddenly you think Wednesday and then Friday's here, a weekend. My goodness me, it's busy, but that's how we like to be over here. I'm sure that you've seen the picture this morning that our friend Dobby has got quite a few friends arriving. I think the more's coming every day. We're going to be overrun, but it's keeping them fed, that's the main thing. But I've left most of them downstairs. There's just a couple hanging around up here, but no, we've got a bit of I say peace and quiet. We have got the dentist across the road that's, you might hear a little bit of drilling. I know that's normal for a dentist, but they're having some new windows put in. So please don't worry, it's fine, not to worry about that. But today, here we go. Tile 195. I've used sort of a pale sort of purple tile. It's one of the original tiles we had, I think, and I've actually added some ink on it using the Brunswick water brush pens. Just sort of put some onto a plastic bag really and spritzed it a bit, and then just put my tile in, and then I've just left it to dry naturally. So let's see how we get on. What do I have with me? I've got coloured pencils, I've got my pen, pencil, tortillon, I've got a white pencil as well, so if I need that we'll get to it. So okay, I'm going to start today with a border. Now I'm going to do this in pencil because it might be that I want to change it a little bit later on. So you can use a tile if you want to draw this border, but I think I'm going to use my ruler today because it's nice to do. Oh, let's get it straight. I can do like all three sides at once, keeping it sort of similar. There we go. Yeah, and then now, in order to get a straight line with this, I think it's really good. Just use the end of your ruler and line it up with the edge of the tile, see? And then I'm just going to line up that little mark to that little mark. Of course, you can do this freehand if you want to, but I'm just going to do that today. So there we go. There's our little border. I'm going to stick with pencil just for a short while, and I'm going to put myself a very light line just down the middle there, see, very lightly. Okay, and I'm going to turn it and I'm going to put another line, sort of not in the middle. I think there's the middle, just a little bit further up. See, about, I don't know, pencil's width, just a bit further up. So I've got a bit like a bit of a cross shape, I suppose. See, that's not as long. See? Okay, maybe make that a bit longer. Okay, and I'm going to put a little mark just about there, so I need a little bit of space up here as well. Okay, so I think I'll stick with pencil just for this because I want to sort of give myself a bit of a shape. So I'm going to go from this point here just to the end there, very lightly again, see, and then I'm going to come down to about here, not going to go all the way to the bottom. There we go, and the same this side. So I've got a bit of a kite kind of shape there. Okay, thinking actually I might go a bit wider. It's nice to sort of gauge these things, isn't it? There we go, see, a bit wider, and that would go out there to there. So I've got a bit more of a diamondy kind of shape now, haven't I? There we are. So I'm going to start at the top here with a pen, and I'm going to just bring in a shape one side there. So see, I've actually gone to that sort of line there. I'm going to put a little bit of a bend in that, and then on the top here I'm going to draw a bubble. So I'm going to sort of go from one side to the other, I think. There we go. Just take your time with it, and then a little aura on the inside there. There we go. Okay. So, next one. I'm going to use this outer shape. I quite like this bit better, I think. And I'm going to put a curve there. I'll do the same on this side. Curve. Okay. That's where we're at so far. So then from here, I'm going to bring in a bit of a curve to join that one. You see, it's just slightly underneath there. It's sort of same here. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit different. It's not a problem. We're just after a little bit of a different shape today, okay? And then on this side, again, I'm going to do a similar curve. I'm going to go from this point, I think. See, just slightly at an angle there. Take it up and into there. See, very close to the line. And then the same on this one. So this time I think I'll go this way. Look, so just a very slight bend to the point. Yeah, it does look a bit perfume bottle-like, doesn't it? There we go. All right, see, it's a little bit more curved that side, but that really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just put a couple of little zigzags on there. Okay, and then I'm just going to fill that with lines. There we go. Okay, so just working it along. And you see this line that we put here? I'm just going to add a row of bubbles in. All right. And just sort of work it, whether you go slightly above, slightly below, doesn't matter. I'm just putting a row in, so it's not in the middle completely, it's further up. There we are. Okay. So let's have a work at the top. I'm just going to turn it upside down for a minute. And then I'm going to work, you see I've still got this line here, so I'm going to come in and create a bit of a teardroppy loop shape there. And then let's do another this side and one on this side. Oh, some of you are in with that advent calendar then, all done and sorted. But please don't feel pressure that you've got to keep up. Just go with it and just enjoy it. You can catch them up any time you like. But it's quite exciting, isn't it, that something like that, because you don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how it's going to work, but you see I've got a bit more space there. I can add another one in. And then I think I'm just going to fill that with bubbles. And the same along there. There we go. And see, just sort of fill that in. Okay. Just going to fill in any little gaps left, just as we do. Now it's to fill those in with bubbles or not. I think I will. If you can. It's a little bit of an odd shape there to add those teardrops, but it gives it a kind of a nice effect there. There we go. Alright, and again I'm just going to give myself a bit of a guideline here. Just going to put a mark. So I've just got a little bit of a triangle at the bottom there. Okay. And then again I'm just going to come on in and add in one of those teardrops there. Oh, Barbara, can I get back to you on the size for the whole advent? I'm going to draw it out myself first, just to be sure. You can work it out from the little PDF file, because there's like 6 down and 4 across. But I'll work out a proper measurement. Here we go. So let's just sort of add in an aura inside those. There we go. One in there. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna add an aura to those top ones as well. It's quite, this tile's quite jewel-like as well. It comes across quite light on the camera, but it's got some lovely, like, marbly kind of features. There we go. I'm just going to come back to pencil for now, and then I'm just going to turn it at a bit of an angle. So what I'll do is I can use this as a guide, is I'm going to create a bit of a grid but I just want to get sort of angle first. There we go. And the same this way. See, I just do it that way then, from that one. In we go. Okay. It's just, of course, not forgetting that you've got the grid lines in there. So once I'm happy with that, I can come in and fill that with pen. And straight along there. Okay. And, oh, thank you, Nicola. There we go. Depends if you want to put a frame round it as well. But, let's start in the middle of a page and do your frame as you go in, maybe, I don't know. Okay. So let's just zoom in a little bit more. And I'm just going to work on one at a time, I think. So I'm just going to create a little bit of a line, see? And then another. And then another. And another. Now, I'm going to fill that bottom one in. Let's have a look at that. Of course, don't you worry about if you can't get 2 or 3 in, or 4 or whatever. You can do as few or as little as you like. It depends on how wide you want to go with those lines. You see? And I'm just going to repeat that process, creating those little V shapes in and around. Now it's easier as well if you turn your tile as you're going, because trying to do it this way, you might find you get a different angled line. There we go. I like that. Things are a bit fluid at the minute. It's a good way to be, I must admit, because I always leave a gap or a space, extra paper around what I'm drawing, because then you might decide you want to add something else to it. So it's well worth it. I'm going to do 2 of them. See, so that one you're not going to quite get in there. There we are. But you're going to see that one. I think this time you're going to see a bit of it. I'll fill that one in. It's about the same. There you go. Okay. And then again, and if you want to do a few at a time, you see, you can put those in. What you've got to do is remember to leave the gaps so you can join them. There we go. See? And then same again. So we're going to see a little bit of that one. And just sort of work it down. Now I do this freehand. I don't use a straight line for this because they're quite small, so they're more manageable. Okay. See, then I'm going to go this way so I can leave my tile where it is. And okay, oh, there's a bit there. And turn it this way. And just working it in. So, if you opened an advent calendar today, we've got ours in the office. So John and Leslie have got a dark chocolate advent calendar, and I've got one that's got some different teas in. Which I've already tried mine. It was a bit aniseedy, which is not normally my taste, but it was okay. So I'm going to do this row now. So you've got to make sure if you're going to do more than one that you really need to focus just to remember where these lines are headed. There we are. Just working it round. Oh, it blew off. There we go. also noticed that there's a few gnomes that were due here, but they've found their ways into different parts of the country. So sorry about that, but I'm sure they'll be very well behaved. The ones that we've got here mostly are, they're a little bit mischievous. But yeah, did have to move them off the stairs earlier. Thought it was a little bit dangerous playing on stairs, but yes. We'll get them to work in a short while. They're pretty good when they get going. There we go. See, I'm doing a few rows at a time now, but there's no rush with it. You see, look there, I've done it all. See, look. It's okay. It's getting all carried away, isn't it? Gnomes and things. Okay. So that one's going to go there. That's fine. Pay attention, Sandra. See, we'll put one in there. That's it. And then this one. See, this one, because it's going off the page, I'm going to work on this side first. I think that's going to be a little bit easier, because you're not really going to see much of the other. Maybe one there, look. Not much of one there. There we go. Okay, not bad. Like that. Let's have a look. Okay. So let's have a look at what we're going to sort of do around the outside edge. Yeah. Oh, there have been some tiles that have arrived this morning, so we've yet to open them, but we'll get round to it. Okay. And let's have a look. There's a couple of different things we can sort of do here. I think it's going to be nice. Let's add in a bit of a wavy line. So I'm going to go along here and sort of down there. Okay. And then let's have a couple of sort of lines coming off it. Maybe one here, look. Maybe sort of one there. Okay. So let's go a little bit larger there. I'm just going to put a little bit of a leaf kind of shape on the end there. I'm going to do that with each one. And into there. Just sort of on the ends. Okay. And then just going to create a little bit of a wave, just sort of down each one of those lines, so they join together in the middle. And this is just as Joe just said, if you haven't done your Christmas card yet, which I haven't, then this is kind of a nice one to do. You see here, I'm just going to sort of extend this all the way down, just changing that wobble. And along here. Okay, same along this one. Now here you're going to get a little bit, we'll cover that in a minute, let's do that one. So of course here you're going to still get that, but it's going round the back. So I'm not going to worry about that one. Okay. So let's have a look. There we are. Bit of a pulley. So I'm going to do something similar on this side. I think I'm going to go over there and in and around. Okay. So you're not trying to create them the same. You're just trying to, you know, fill the space that you've got as ever. Might even put one there. Look. Yeah, it's just a little bit longer than that one, but that's fine. And let's just do a little sort of leaf shape at the end again. See, I'm curving it slightly, but you don't have to. There we go. And then again, I'm just going to create that wobble. just on either side there, just so they join in the middle. See, now this one here, I'm just going down one side there. I'm not going to sort of complicate things. And so you can just sort of take your time with it and not worry too much about whether that wobble's perfect or not. Who says it's going to be? It's all different. You can go a bit wider if you need to, or a bit narrower. And just very gently work your way down. Okay. So far so good. Alright, I might do another one. Or shall I do something a bit different? I think let's do something a bit different. So I'm going to start at the same point, and I'm going to sort of go, imagine that's going around here in a little loop. It's going under and a little loop. I'm going to go under, see, and a little loop. You see they're coming out now. There we go. And little loop. Let's do another one of those. And there we go. See, so I can go from one to the next. One to the next. Now you can curl them if you want. Oh, bless me. Again. I'm going to do one this way. See, I'm just imagining it going underneath and over that border. And let's put another one in here. See, it's going to go underneath. And then another one is going to sort of come out there. And maybe one there. Let's look at that. There we go. Oh, just a second. Didn't want to do that, did we? Oh, I wanted to go a bit smaller. There we go. So let's bring in another one. I'm going to go underneath here, see? Just bring one in and around there. Okay. And maybe a couple sort of in and around there, so you're not going to see much of that one. So maybe then I'll bring one out here underneath. Okay, like this. Alright, so I'm going to bring off a let's go a bit bigger.
Okay, stop upstairs.
Oh, I don't know why. Just going to bring in a little line here. And then, you know, we normally put these little sort of droplet shapes on the end. I'm going to bring in a little sort of little letter M. If I do that on the other side, there we go. I'm going to put a little line down. And the same. There's my M. Same on the other side. So just as before, you can draw these little holly shapes without the stem first, or you can put the stem on. So I could actually do that first and then connect them. So surely the tiles I'm using at the minute, these are 8.2 centimeters square. The tiny tiles are 5 centimeters square. So if you've ordered the wrong ones, just let me know. Just message me and we can send you the right ones. It's not a problem. There's only two sizes. There's the tiny ones and the regulars. So there we go. So let's have another of those coming out from here. There we are. Now, of course, you can change the size of these. Oh, Nicola, wonky holly. Let's have a look. I don't know. Let's sort of work out. So we've got start here maybe, and sort of aim for there. So you've got 2 points, and then so 1, 2, 3, and come from here again. 1, 2, 3. See if that helps. So let's do that again. So we've got a line. If we mark a little bit further out, that's where your point is. This is where you're going to start. And then if you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's worth a try. Oh, you're welcome, Sue. I just realised we've sold out again. I'm going to have to ask Leslie if she'll put a few more on. But we're making a few bits and pieces at the minute, so. Yes. There we go. Alright, starting to fill up now. Oh, Vicky, yeah, those storage cases, they're fab, aren't they? They're so big. I don't think you actually realise until you start putting stuff in them how much you can actually get in there. There we go. Oh, great, Nicola. There's more than one way to do things. It's always just finding which way's going to work for you, isn't it? Here we go. Let's have a look there. And let's bring in another. So this is now a case of just having a look at where you're at with your tile and working out how many you want to put in terms of the leaves. So you might want loads, you might just want a few, but it depends on what your tile's like, how big your original little bauble was, maybe. There we go. Let's put one in here. Okay, and maybe one there too. So another one. So I think you have to sort of do a few and then stop and look for a moment and just think, do you know what, that's probably enough, or I need to do a few more. They're sort of going to appear, you know, just underneath bits and around these little areas. Okay, I think maybe with our sort of little leaves, that's probably enough. But it'd be nice to bring in another tangle. So I'm just going to make it a little bit larger. Here we go. Oh, sorry, keep knocking that. If we bring in, I'm going to bring in one here, look. Just one up there. I'm going to add a bubble on the end, so maybe a couple either side. Thank you. How are the elves doing? The gnomes okay?
No, they're not behaving at the moment. I've got to get the whip out.
Have you?
Yeah.
Get John onto them.
They're making a mess everywhere.
Oh, do you know, we've just...
They've just arrived today. They're having a bit of a party.
Oh, do you know, was Dobby okay with that reindeer? I know he was being a bit...
They're running around the office like mad things.
Aren't we glad we're upstairs? Told you it was going to be mad. I'll go down and sort them out in a bit. I think what it is, they need a job, don't they? They need to be kept busy. I think that's what it is. If we can sort that out, I'm sure we can get them under control. Let's have a look at this. Oh. There we go. See some almost little berries, aren't they? And again, depends on how many you want to add in. Let's put a couple in here. So I'm just sort of putting 3 in. Then moving on and adding another one. But you can do more. Okay. To this one. Okay, maybe one up here, just a little one, and I'll stop it. I'll have a look at that. Okay. All right, not too bad at all. I quite like this. So I'm just gonna add in a couple of bubbles, as you do. There we go. And you See, I'm not counting them particularly, I'm just sort of adding a few around the place. And maybe one or two in there. Just a few around here. There we go. And then yeah, I think I'm going to just come on in and I'm just going to sort of wobble this border ever so slightly. There we go. Just sort of gives it a little bit of difference. And then of course, just if we come across anything, just sort of stop and go underneath it. Yeah, same as this one. And then around. And just sort of wobble it a little bit. Just sort of ignoring those leaves and things. And the same with this one. Alright. There we are. Just sort of coming back to the end. Let's have a look at that. There we go. Okay. So I think we need a little bit of shading on this now. And I'm going to start with pencil. I think I will bring a bit of colour in, but I'm going to start with just a regular pencil now. So let's make a start. I'm going to work this section here. I'm just going to add a little bit to that bottom. I know it's quite heavy already, but that's fine. And then a little bit at the top of each one there. I'm also going to just add a little bit just around the top shape there. See? And then just going to add in a yeah, we're going to do the same here, like a little bit there, and sort of a little bit on each end. There you go. And then of course I'm just going to bring it underneath those bubbles. Okay. And then I'm just going to reiterate that grid. You see I'm going underneath those little lines there. Turning it round. And then onto those. Okay, I've been quite sort of heavy with that. That's what we want. We don't want it to be too sort of light. And then here, I'm just sort of going to come on up those stems. Again, not trying to be completely neat about it, just sort of coming in with a little bit of shadow there. So that we can see the centre points there. There we go. And then on to these little sections here. I'm just going to add a little bit at the bottom of each one of those. And there we go. See a bit there. Now the hole is kind of small, so I'm not going to add pencil to them. I might come in with a bit of coloured pencil and a little bit just to, oh, say, she says doing it anyway. Okay, so I've not done the holly, I've just done these little bits here, a little bit either side of those. Okay, and with the tortilla, and I'm just going to sort of wave that in. Okay. Yeah, if anybody is a little bit wanting to do the tile swap and they haven't yet, if I get it in the post, let's think Wednesday. If I say I'm going to actually do it and get it in the post on Friday, so if you post it today, first class, it'll get here tomorrow or Friday at the latest, and you'll still be in with a chance to swap them. So please, if you're on the fence and not sure, if you do it, then we'll sort it all out on Friday and get it out to you. How's that sound? We don't want to leave it much longer than that, of course, because post gets a bit funny, doesn't it, during Christmas? So. Okay, see, I've just sort of moved it along that line a little bit, and I've just sort of softened these edges. There's, they're not completely huge, so there's not much to sort of move in the lines of those. But I think what we are going to do, let's see, I've got a white pencil rather than my chalk pencil. I've got a white pencil. Oh, let's just do those bits. Let's just see if how it works. A little bit there, see. I'm just going to add a little bit of white. Here we go. Do you know, Rose, I'm not sure how many we've had in. We've put them into our swaps bowl, but we've not added them up yet. We'll do it. But it would be nice to have lots, because it's almost like giving each other a Christmas card, isn't it, this time round? Okay, you see I'm just adding a little bit of white onto the edges. Now this is not as sort of strong as the white chalk pencil, but I thought being that I'm going to bring a little bit of coloured pencil in, it'd be fine. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit in the middle of each of those. And then just sort of across there. So you've still got that little hint of white there, haven't you? It's fine. Okay, I think, yeah, let's have a look now. A little bit of green for the leaves. I'm not going to try and blend or anything with these. I'm just going to add some in there. Going with quite a dark green, just to sort of give them some colour. And of course, just sort of differentiate from the different bits, tangly bits we've got going on there. Okay. Oh, Christine, I'm sure it's beautiful. I'm sure it's fab, whatever you've done. I know it makes us think sometimes, because all these tiles, it's great, we do our own thing, but there's a very definite start and finish to them. Whereas with the tile swaps, you've sort of got to come up with the design. So they are a little bit tougher, I know. And I know some are a little bit tougher than others. But I think that's a good thing. It helps you to grow a little bit. And, you know, step out your comfort zone, as they say. But I commend you all, I really do, for giving it a go. I'm so proud of you all. I think we've done really good this year, haven't we, with it? Yeah, that's why I do try and give you plenty of different sort of things in which you could do, options. And if all else fails, use that, you know, pick a tile that you like and just swap out the tangle. Okay, and then I come in, I've got a bit of like a magenta-y kind of colour. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this onto those little bubbles. I know you could use white or you could use red, but I think being that I've got a bit of a purpley kind of tile, it's nice to sort of add in. See, I'm just sort of adding a little curve there. I'm sort of following and finding these bubbles. If they're too small, don't worry about it. Oh, Vicky, I'm looking forward to that. We love getting them, we do. We love receiving the tiles and things here. HQ, it's fab. I'm going to put some in there as well, look, you know, on the bubbles. There we go. Sort of covered them more, maybe. Okay, there's one of those that I've missed. Easy done. And then I think I'm just going to, see where I've sort of done that pencil shading. I'm just going to bring a bit of purple in there as well, just to give it a bit of colour. See, same in this way. And of course, if you're using a red tile, you could use red. That's let you get your hands on any. And if you've got a regular white tile, you might want to bring in a different colour, or just keep it monochrome. There we go. Just a little bit up there. I'm just going to maybe a touch around there. Have a look at that. Okay, see, it's got that hint of purple in there, like that. Okay, just going to come back in with my regular pen, and I'm just going to go back over that original grid line. There we go. Just sort of reinforcing those original lines there. Oh, Teresa, we do like to see them, and you know what? Sometimes, well, a lot of the time, they amaze us. They're all good, but the different designs that come out, and then some that come out, and you think, oh, that one's quite similar, and even though you've not spoke to each other about it, there are similarities, of course. And then doing the swap, we have such fun with that because we sort of anticipating you opening them and receiving them. It's lovely. And of course we swap with you too, so we have a selection from people, so it's lovely. Let's have a look at this. Rose, that's a good point. If your tile's so dark that you can't really see the graphite, then I'd go straight in with the white. It's a tricky one because although the graphite will shine a little bit, it won't give you the shading you need if it's too dark. So yeah, I would definitely perhaps go in with your white pencil. Of course, don't forget you've got the pastels as well. And this month I have got on order some metallic and neon pencils coming. So they work really well on dark tiles. Okay, see, I've just gone around the outside. Oh, Sue. It's trying to get them to have a go, isn't it? But yeah, it's amazing what a scribbles can do, isn't it? Yeah, see, I'm just sort of going around in little bubbles, you see? Swirls. Little swirls. There we go. Just sort of, you know, taking my time. I'm not sort of spreading this too far. It's great how our partners and friends and family view what we do here. Some of them, it's quite magical. I actually do show John the tiles that I do. When I do sort of design them, he'll be like, yeah, that's nice. I'm like, oh, I was like, okay. It's like, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And sometimes a little bit of constructive criticism, but he's like, no, it's fine, it's nice. And there we go. We're used to each other. Okay. So I think maybe just a touch more of that magenta on the bauble. There's a couple of little bubbles there. See that didn't get a look in. There we go. And I think it's quite nice if we got a bit of gold. Maybe let's have a quick look. My pencil case. Just being that it's, you know, a little bit Christmassy, let's just bring in a bit of gold on those bubbles there. Just going around the dots. Just a little bit of bling. Here we go. So keep it going. There we go. See, there's just a little bit of metallic there. Yeah, that is nice. If you are doing with tiles with your grandkids or your kids, I mean, I know there's a few of you that do. Please, you know, put them if you want to. I can put them in the same envelope, or we'll swap them if we can. It's just that if we need the same amount of envelopes as we have tiles, or if you've sent one in, your tile and your child or your grandchild's tile will go in the same one with yours, see? But if you've got a separate envelope, then we can actually swap them. Well, hey Garth. Seems to be ages since we last sort of said hi. There we go. So I'm just putting a few dots there as well, even just to sort of give it a little bit of a design movement there. I think that's probably about it. So, okay, last thing to do then is just a bit of a signature. There we go. I'm going to put it down on this side here. There we go. So let's have a look. A little bit of metallic on there, just a little bit of bling, which actually makes it quite nice, doesn't it? So there we go, tile 195. Hope you've enjoyed that one. I have actually done one. I'm just going to make this a bit small. Let's just move that out. And I've done one on a darker tile, and as Rose was mentioning, just using the white pencil. I've used a regular pencil on this as well. But there you go, you've got a similar design. It's a bit similar. Same design there, but I've actually just used monochrome. I've not had any colour on there, any glitz or glitter. It's just a little bit different. So whichever one you want to go with, you see here we've added a few extra sort of leaves, where here we've added a few more of those little droplets. But whichever you want to go with. So there we go. Double dosage today. So if you've had a go at the advent calendar, brilliant. It's one to keep on top of because it's going to look fabulous. And now, other than that, is 195, and we'll do 196 on Friday, all being well. And of course, tile swap, we will get that done on Friday. So if anybody wants to pop them in the post now, and we'll get them for then, we can sort that for you. So okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay warm. Go and have a cuppa, and I will speak to you all soon. You take care. Bye.